It really seems and looks like Bronny James has the potential to be the next great young star. But there's one problem with that. He hasn't got anywhere close to even tapping halfway into his potential, and his numbers and stats aren't really that great. So just how close is Bronny James compared to his father LeBron James at the same age? A lot of people right now think at the same age they're actually pretty close. However, it may not even be close at all. So without further ado, let's dive straight into this video. LeBron James, he doesn't need an introduction. He's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And then we have his son, LeBron James Jr., that also goes by the name of Bronny. We gotta give credit where credit is due. LeBron James has been a great father to his son and helped him his entire life. And you can definitely tell that Bronny's been working hard with LeBron James, whether that's working out or working on his game. So clap it up. It's always nice to see a father have a great relationship with their son. When your father is LeBron James though, and one of the greatest basketball players of all time, there's always gonna be that one problem though. No matter how old Bronny gets, everywhere he goes, people are going to compare him to his father. And whether it's fair or not, that's going to be the standard for him. You would think when you'd hear Bronny could be as good as his father, a lot of people would laugh and say that's not even possible. For some odd reason, a lot of people don't think that way, and they don't even think it's crazy to say that. And I can see why they think this way. Just by looking at Bronny James' size and how built he is, he could be one of the greats. And like I said before, it just all goes back to one thing, and that's his potential, because it's through the roof. And I see the potential, trust me, it's there. But the problem is he hasn't really tapped into it. And potential means absolutely nothing if you don't tap into it. So with all that being said, let's look at the numbers between LeBron James and Bronny James. When LeBron was just a freshman, he averaged roughly 18 points per game. He probably could have averaged 25 or 30, but he was actually a really good passer in high school, and he loved getting his teammates involved. On the other hand, for Bronny, it's a little different story. In this recent year, Bronny as a freshman didn't really play a lot, and he only averaged roughly 5 points per game. Before you run to the comments, I'm gonna get to it, trust me. Bronny was playing on a stacked and loaded team in Sierra Canyon, and he was really young, so obviously he's gonna have to wait his turn, so we're gonna give him a pass on that. And LeBron, on the other hand, he was playing for not so big a school, and he was the star player. But those are the numbers we're gonna have to kinda base it on for this video. LeBron as a freshman averaged roughly 18 per game, and Bronny averaged 5, so those are the benchmarks. I'm not even really too big into numbers because I think it's all about the eye test. And for this video, that's exactly what we're gonna have to look at. The passing ability and vision LeBron had in high school was unmatched. And in my opinion, it's still the most underrated part of his game because it's on another level. And if you look at Bronny's tape and film, he has those exact same tendencies. LeBron and Bronny's IQ are on another level, they just see the floor so well. So if we're basing it off of that in high school, they're actually pretty close. Bronny probably looked better passing just because he had 5-star recruits to pass to. And when LeBron was Bronny's age, he was already getting doubled and triple teamed, so he had open teammates everywhere. Shooting wise though, it's a little different story. Almost anyone you ask, and a lot of ESPN analysts say Bronny's a better shooter than LeBron at the same age right now. And no one even argues that, and LeBron has never been known for his shooting ability. So if we're going off of shooting, I think Bronny's already ahead of LeBron right now. But we gotta pump the brakes and see why it's like that. When LeBron was growing up, he had to do everything on his own, and he really had to learn how to shoot on his own. Whereas for Bronny, he had LeBron James in his life ever since he was born, so he's been teaching him how to shoot. If you really think about it, there's no excuse for Bronny to not have a better shooting form than LeBron at this age. So if we're going off of playmaking, IQ, passing ability, and shooting, they're pretty hand in hand. But now, this is where things take a turn. Bronny's athletic, don't get me wrong, but LeBron in high school was a freak. They didn't call him the chosen one for no reason. The way LeBron could float in the air at such a young age, he was compared to Michael Jordan. His defense ability was unmatched. If you beat him off the dribble, he was just going to give you a chase down block. The only word I can even think of to describe his athletic ability is a freak. He was faster than everyone, he was taller than everyone, he was stronger than everyone in almost every other category. Switch over sides to Bronny, it's just not even close. Bronny's not an athletic freak, he's not faster than everyone, and he's not taller than everyone. And I don't think he's skinny, but he's not built either. When both of these guys were at the same age, LeBron was just way ahead of everyone else. And last but not least, we have one more comparison to make, and I think it's the biggest one out of them all. And that is the killer mentality. I think LeBron has it, and I just don't see it in Bronny right now. People get mad at LeBron for not taking over in NBA games, but in high school, he took over every single game. From the tip till the end, you knew he was there, and he was a presence and force to reckon with. Yeah, he was a great passer, but if his team needed a bucket, he was gonna go get it. I know Bronny was playing on a great high school team, but I didn't even see that from him on the court. I know he's still young, but when LeBron was that age, he had that mentality already. And if you're a hooper, you know mentality is everything in basketball. Yeah, it helps to be athletic, but it's more of a mental game too. And one thing I gotta throw in there, I don't know if it will hurt him, but it has a chance to. When LeBron was growing up, he had nothing at all. So yes, he's gonna be more motivated to work hard and get what he wants in life. For Bronny though, it's not the same. He could never work a day in his life and be a millionaire just because of his father. And you guys know what I'm talking about. If you have things, you're not gonna work as hard. Whereas if you have nothing, that person's gonna work even harder. It's just simple simple logic, so yeah, I hope that doesn't hurt Bronny in the long run. I don't see that happening, but it could happen. LeBron didn't have a choice. It's either make it to the NBA and be a millionaire or be broke his entire life. His son has a choice, and that's what's scary. He can either make it to the NBA and be a millionaire, or he can either quit basketball and still be a millionaire. That's just something to kind of throw in there and think about. This comparison at the age right now is just very hard to make because Bronny did play for a stacked team. If he would have played for a smaller high school team that wasn't that good and been the dominant player, we really could have seen how good he was compared to his father. But hey, it didn't happen, and I know a lot of people try to give Bronny a pass for that. All I'm saying is, if LeBron James at that same age played for Sierra Canyon, I think he'd be putting up some better numbers. The beauty about videos like this and saying stuff like that is we'll never know, so it's always something to talk about. I'm interested in what you guys got to say. Do you think if LeBron played for Sierra Canyon, he'd put up better numbers than Bronny, or would he put up worse numbers? Me personally, I think he'd still put up either 12 to 15 per game as a freshman. At the end of the day, a lot of people try to compare both of these players and say they're actually close at the same age. But if I'm being honest, I just really don't see it, and I don't think they're close at all. At the age of 15 and 16, LeBron James and Bronny James are not even close in my opinion. I almost think it's even disrespectful to LeBron because just how good he was at that age. And not only good, but how far ahead of the competition he was. When he was 14 or 15, people were already stating he was going to be the #1 pick in the draft. You really don't hear that about Bronny James too much. And there's also another big thing to throw in there. Some people only think Bronny's getting all this hype because he is LeBron's son. I don't really buy into that too much because I do think Bronny's pretty good and I think he can be great one day. I don't know though, if he wasn't LeBron's son, would he be getting all this attention to be ranked in the rankings? He only averaged roughly 5 points per game and he's ranked in the ESPN rankings, so that really don't make too much sense. I'm almost 99% sure if he wasn't LeBron's son, he wouldn't be ranked. I'm not saying he wouldn't be good and be ranked eventually, I'm just saying right now. But hey, that's the benefit of being the son of LeBron James though, you're gonna get some more coverage and attention. And he can't really help that, but one thing I really love about this kid is that he's really humble and he doesn't brag at all. He really seems like a cool guy just to be around and really chill. We're not here to talk about that though, we're here to talk about some serious basketball stuff. Bronny's a good basketball player, and some people think LeBron and him at the same age are pretty similar. But if you just take a look at it and look at the numbers, they're not even close. But hey man, with all this being said, that's about gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, I hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, what you doing? Join the family. We've hit 50k, y'all. I don't even know to say thank you for all support and love. It means a lot. Like I said, leave a like, drop a comment down below, and as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.